We need to do it. I wanted to ask, is there going to be a little clap there?
No, I just sync it up. Okay, well, I guess we can start, bro.
What's the intro like here?
The intro is right there. I will cut it in like that with water. Well, we think it's water. But hello. Oh, we're taking a sip?
We have to. Please don't make it awkward. Take your time.
It's already awkward unless you're like staring into each other's eyes and just like slowly started drinking, and then a wink. But Petri LaRue,
Canton Parker,
welcome to today's episode. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your travels. You traveled from wherever to come and just talk to me.
It's lovely talking to you.
I'm
just here for you, bud.
Oh, thank you. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you. But this is the Canton Parker podcast. Very weird, very new, very fresh, very experimental, very figuring it out along the way, having good conversation with good people, sharing about good times, good memories, and just having fun along the way, I guess. So I could think of no one else to join me but you. So thank you for coming to Ons gaan praat.
Ons gaan nou praat.
Ons gaan nou
Well, this is still a little puppy. You have to let it pee on the floor a little bit and just let him find himself.
Yeah, I like that analogy. It's a little puppy, pee on the floor, clean up after it, teach it, figure it out.
There we go.
And then euthanize it. No.
Okay, cut.
But bro, welcome. I think, to kick things off, you've been quite a pivotal role, I guess, in my journey, if you want to call it. We got to know each other in the context of like a gaming event, which has been epic. And, still when I look back, I'm like, what a roller coaster. And just, even outside of that, you've just been such a gem of an individual, from your friendship to conversation, just to, interests in life. You love photography. You are a film photographer, which for me is like needing a PhD just to take a photo, which is
Sometimes you just have to click it. Don't overthink
it. Film photography.
The overthinking is for before the photo. Don't overthink the photo when you do take it.
Like, I know some people are going to be watching or listening to this episode and they're going to go, Canton, bro, film photography is like the one. And yes, I agree. Film photography is the one. The texture and the clarity and just everything that film photography delivers and presents is golden. I just feel like an idiot when I try to do it because I don't understand. Digital photography is so easy. Shutter, aperture, ISO, cool, composition, work my thing out.
Everything film is as well, except Lightroom.
Yeah, but you need like a brain with film photography. I don't have a brain. I love you like, no, you don't.
No, you don't. I don't have a brain, but and I do it. But yeah, I think film photography, the main takeaway that I have from film photography versus digital photography is it's tangible. Like, I feel like it gives it that timeless feeling when you do something on film photography, because it's like you actually captured that moment in time. And it's more of a thing that I would like to put into a photo album and have on a coffee table.
Got you.
Where digital photography is something that I would love to put on a billboard and show everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you shot your sister's wedding on a film camera.
I did, and I didn't even shoot it on just any camera. I shot it on a large format camera as well. So it's not just 35mm, it's even bigger than that.
Oh, really?
And you only get 12 shots on a roll.
Really?
Not
just 12?
Just 12 shots.
So you take 12 photos.
12 photos, that's
and
it.
You need, reload, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing is, with that wedding in particular, I only had 3 rolls that she wanted. She didn't want more than that. She thought if I took more photos than the 36 of that 3 rolls, that I'm going to overthink the shots. So just get the shots that
feel right in the moment.
Exactly. And if you look back at those shots, like I gave the camera 2 people to take some photos as well. And it's a brick of a camera. It's a twin reflex kind of lens system, and it's just massive. And people had fun just holding it.
That's
but then
cool.
That shutter sound is just something that you can't get used to.
Oh, is it like
It's
loud?
exactly like that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't photograph funerals with it. I don't know who's photographing funerals, but whatever. But You mentioned something that obviously we just chatting about film photography, but like, taking photos, being in the moment. And it's like, whatever you're feeling in that moment, capture that, that's the raw moments of the whole thing through, I almost said digital photography, but photography, but it's film photography. And it's that memory that you can look back on, and it's got so much substance to it, on top of that being obviously film photography. But kind of a bit of a spin-off with being in the moment. You've had much, because we're the same age, you've, much like me, much like anyone our age, I would presume anyone our age, but you've had quite a journey in life with stuff. You worked on a cruise ship.
Yes.
You were a stripper. No, you weren't a stripper.
The cruise ship is where the photography love came from.
Okay.
Just watching the cruise ship photographers do their thing with the people.
Okay. So prior to the cruise ship, did you...
No experience at all.
So no experience photography, full stop.
Full stop.
So you, while on the cruise ship...
Only cell phone photography, but that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. If you're a cell phone photographer, you're not a photographer. No, you are. We love you. But so while you're on the cruise ship, you obviously saw the photographers doing their thing, and you were like, that's pretty cool. I want to try that. Okay.
The thing is, they had that human connection with the guests. And the thing is, like every week, it's a reset. They get new faces, new people, new experiences, and they need to capture every one of those special moments of those people on that ship on that day.
Yeah.
And then kind of have to clear the memory cards and then just do it all over again, but make everyone else happy. And I feel like if you try and make someone else happy through photography, you're going to never be happy. Just capture their moments that they are having. Yeah.
I like that, because photography, I guess, from my perspective, is very much moments capturing.
Exactly.
Because like the few events that I photographed, it's so funny. You get to see angles of people that they themselves are not really aware of, but also you see angles of the whole event as its own isolated thing as a whole, where once the event's done, everyone's gone home, wakes up with a hangover, cool, whatever. And then you go through the photos, you're like, hey, I remember that, and oh, look how cool that was, and oh, that's pretty dope. Only photography can do that. Nothing else. Yeah, sure, videography obviously can, but there's something about just a still moment. You're looking at a photo, and you're not, I want to say like interpreting something different, but you're being thrown back to that time. And I think that's one of the biggest things in photography. Some people understand. I don't think everyone understands. But one thing's for sure is that photography now, I guess, is where cell phone photographers, are popping off, because everything's moments, and everything is a moment in time that you can, quote unquote, snapshot, bookmark, and always go back to. Do you feel like there are photographs that you've taken that throw you back to whenever?
I think definitely.
Yeah.
Like some of the things that I've been a part of that I need to take photos of. Everything happens so quickly. There's so much... the expectation is so high for the photographer to capture the right moments, but sometimes everything is such a blur, and then it's your purpose to kind of just focus everything a little bit more for them to see afterwards. And my photography that I've done is more about family events and things like that. And there's definitely some moments there that I've captured where it's like people we don't have anymore with us that I've captured. And it's those things that get printed on canvas and get hung up on walls. And it's like, when I show people around my family's houses, I'm like, yeah, that's the photo I took of my gran at a baby shower once on that big film camera that I used on my sister's wedding as well. So the camera is just as much a part of the journey as all of these photos are. And I feel like that camera, even when I didn't press the shutter, has seen so much through the events, but I think it's up to me to decide which one of those moments to capture. And then just seeing that on a wall, that just kind of takes me back to some good memories that we had, yeah.
I like that. Do you feel like photography, in a way, obviously is completely evolving to a degree? Like the tech that's coming out in photography is mental. Even in just videography to that degree. I think, back in the day when cameras came out and it was just like the top tier camera and you were like, no way, what? Now those once upon a time top tier cameras are like
Find it on Marketplace for less than $1,000.
Yeah, you're like, okay, what was the point of that? And when you kind of look at it, do you feel like it's moving too rapidly?
I think I'm going to say the word that you want me to say.
What's
it's
that?
not about the camera. It's about the story that you're trying to capture.
There we go. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I think a lot of people don't realize, maybe you've had this, I've definitely had it, where they're like, oh, what camera do you use?
It's not about the camera.
It's not about the camera. Because I can give you the exact same camera, exact same lens, exact same setting, you name it. Will you take a compelling, moving story through photography?
That's it.
Probably, but maybe not.
That's the thing. That's why there's so many challenges on the internet. The pro versus a total beginner, and the pro gets a very bad camera, and those are why those challenges exist. Is because exactly that.
Yeah.
You learn how to tell the story with the camera.
You know, I don't take as many photographs as I used to, and I kind of wish I would go back into it. But I think we're in a part of society right now where everything just needs to be like...
How quickly can you share this?
How quickly, and like the whole stop the scroll, you know, on social media, and like everyone wants video and it's captivating and it's whatever, where I don't think a lot of people appreciate photography, at least in my opinion. A lot of people don't appreciate photography as much now as they used to back in the day. Like photo books were one of the biggest things back in the day. Like it was like a treasure to have a photo book, and you're going through this person's travels or stories or whatever, and like they still are around today, don't get me wrong, but I think the hype of them is slowly like moving away because people just want that instant, like, oh, show me, is it cool, double tap, right, next one, cool, okay, cool, double tap. And it's like, I think we're missing the essence of that through photography. And then even to the degree where that's spilling over just into life in general. I think, you know, I've spoken to a few friends about it. We've spoken about it a lot, but the level of criticism in general through everything in life is like, man, who hurt you? And do you need a hug?
That's the thing. That's what social media, I think, has done to society. Social media was supposed to be something that's been shared between friends and family.
It was supposed
and now
to be social.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you feel like, you know, I'm quite active-ish on social media from more of a content posting perspective, but from like engagement, like, yeah, if someone DMs me, I'll like message them depending on who they are and if they're not trying to attack me. But it's like, okay, hey, I'll entertain you. You know, comments are like, I'm only now starting to get hectic comments. I think it's because, like, you know, my content is growing and I guess my reach is expanding. And as a default, and I guess as just an outcome of that in general, you are going to have people that will like nitpick and be critical and like, oh, what? He's talking about games? Like one dude, I'll never forget, I had a review that I posted and one guy commented saying, is this a review? ? And I was like, right, I'm an ostrich. I'm just going to reverse into a hole. But like, I realized like, oh, bro, you know what? Do your thing. And then I kind of came out of my little hole and I was like, people are going to be critical no matter what, because keyboard warriors, and if you're hiding behind your screen, you've got your safe little bubble, and it's very easy to just nitpick someone else's life and kind of attack them without context and attack them without any conversation and relationship into their life. And then you go on about your day. But then what was the point of that? And I don't think social media was designed for that. I think what's his name? I think it's Bowie, the singer. Mm-hmm. I recently saw a video where he said one of the most dangerous, and this was like I think Bowie's passed away now. I think he's passed away. So this was many years ago, like maybe even early 2000s, because I think the internet only really came about when like
2006, because that's when YouTube really kicked off. Well, that's when it started.
Facebook, I remember getting Facebook in 2004. I was 10, I think. Or 2004 came out. Anyway.
What did Bowie say?
Bowie say? Yeah. That's what we want to know. So he said one of the most dangerous things that will ever hit the world globally, like, well, the world is globally, but like people in general, is the internet. And he says it's going to evolve to such a degree where everything's going to be like artificial, and not like artificial intelligence, but just like just artificial, like it's fake. It's not real. And now we look at it today. you could very easily, and like we both know this, you could go online, you can go and find people's travel photos, okay? You can put it all together, you can put a lovely little grading filter, whatever you want on it, and you can create and curate this whole fake holiday that you went on. And everyone will be like, wow, you went to Rome? But just because it's on your social media page doesn't mean it's real.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean it actually exists. And now that can go into people's identity and people's self-worth and people's experiences. That's now a highlight reel on display for people. But behind the scenes, it's like, I'm living the most miserable life ever. And I think someone, much like yourself, that has worked with creators, you've got to speak to them behind closed doors, but also see the whole highlight reel. And so when you kind of look at that and you see when it doesn't align, what has been your perception of that? And even if it's not even in the context of like working with creators, but just in general, like maybe even you've experienced that where, oh, let me post this to show, but actually, and maybe it's not like that, but at least your perception of how you are seeing it unfold even more every single day with just people, because everyone lives on social media to some degree.
To some degree, definitely. I think it comes back to when you say, is your life miserable? It shouldn't be. You should be having a better life in person, IRL, than than online. I think the online thing should just be a highlight reel of what you're actually doing. But if you're going to be curating that, you are just lying to yourself. Seeing that through the content creators that I've worked with, not really. I think most of them are true to themselves. Everyone has kind of their own equipment and gear that they need to work with. But it comes back to them just trying to tell the story from their eyes and their views. But there's something that I wanted to add before the whole 30-minute conversation you had there when you said artificial. And I think it was a quote that I read the other day. It said artificial intelligence could be the last invention of humankind.
Oh, wow.
And that is what people could be using to create nice social profiles and things like that.
Good point.
Who's writing your descriptions now? Is it just an artificial intelligence thing, or are you writing something? Is people even reading that?
Because ChatGPT, that's only it's obviously much older from a conception explanation, but like I think ChatGPT only really popped off maybe 2 years ago, a year ago?
Yeah.
When everyone was like, oh, ChatGPT, they're going to replace people's jobs, which I think if anyone with, and this doesn't sound like a very like hardcore the way I'm saying this, but anyone half a brain cell would realize anything and everything in life can replace you.
That's it.
Someone can replace you. Artificial intelligence can replace you. A better system, even if it's even just outside of AI, can replace you. I mean, calculators weren't always a thing. Oh, so are mathematicians now replaced?
They were actual human being calculators, and they got replaced by calculators. So it's just the tools that we use to create.
100%. Back in the day, I never experienced this. Maybe you didn't as well, but maybe you did. If you needed something, I think it only happened in America, but if you needed to know certain information, you called, it was kind of like a library or whatever. And you would say, hey, I need it. It was pretty much the physical Google. Let's put it that way. You called a person, someone answered, you asked them a question, and they would go through the archives, call you back, and tell you the information. That was like a legit thing. I researched it the other day. That. I don't know where it is, but I saw it the other day, and I was like, that's Google. How to blah, 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 blah. And then Google will give it to you. And that's cool. So now those people, yes, got replaced because it's so much easier. Remember back in the day, Yellow Pages? Do you remember the song? Let your fingers do the walking through the yellow pages. Hey, you remember
this
remember it. I think my mom slapped me with a yellow page book before, which is like
it just stuck there,
thicker than most people's personalities. But like in life, everything is replaceable.
I was replaceable.
Do you still drive the very first car that you ever got? No.
I crashed my first car.
You crashed your first car.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that.
Oh me, oh my.
Yeah.
That's funny. I feel like it's a cool segue. Oh, let's talk about it. But anyway, so you are replaceable. Things are replaceable. Always have been, always will be. Is it something to be scared about? No. Is it something to embrace? Sure. However, use it to your advantage and as a tool in a much larger toolbox to get something done. I mean, there is nothing more satisfying than just finding a far more efficient way to be productive. For example, ChatGPT, great tool. Think you should use it to a degree, but don't use it as a cop-out. Like, oh, you need to do an assignment, you need to write a script, whatever the framework is. Oh, let ChatGPT do it. And then like, you can read into it. Someone sent me an email the other day and I looked at this thing and I was like, you literally just went into ChatGPT and you told them what to give you. It gave it to you. You just selected everything. You copied, you pasted it in the email and you sent it. It wasn't your language, wasn't your tone, and you can see straight through it. That for me is now the wrong way to use AR. But like in context, in our field, in a creative field with Photoshop and generative fill, bro, do you know how amazing it is having a picture that's like, oh, like, I just wish there was just a bit more for me to work with, but that's the picture. No. ChatGPT is here for you. And you just, not ChatGPT, generative fill. Look at me. Yeah. Generative fill is here for you. And it's like, you just select and it, bro, like perfect. Well, not exactly perfect, but really, really freaking close to perfection. That is such a game changer for someone.
If you know how to use it. Otherwise, you can get some weird spaghetti fingers as well in some instances, yeah.
There was a part of, it was like a close-up shot that I did. It was like food and the person's hands were in it. And I just needed a bit more like room at the top. So I like really gave like a lot of play to the degree where in the framework of the composition, person's head would be in the shot. So generative fill put a head in. Let's just say...
Nightmare.
Let's just say... It was rough. I was like, right, we got a long way to go. But the scary thing is...
it's evolving very quickly.
It's evolving very quickly, bro.
From the first generative fill beta version to now,
man,
it's very good.
Like, do you remember, like, okay, we're the same age. Remember those massive pregnant TVs? Like, you know, those...
Oh.
No, not pregnant TVs. You know those like big TVs, like you had to get
a group of guys if you needed to move.
And a gym membership as well. Like it was hectic. Now, bro, like I think LG or Samsung did. It's like a sheet. That's a TV. It's like
it's a what?
It's a sheet.
Oh.
Not a sheet. Not a sheet. A sheet. Not sheet. It's a sheet. But like, dude, things are evolving very rapidly and it's cool, but it's scary. Like hectic. And now when you look at things evolving, are you excited for what next year looks like? Are you nervous for what 5 years looks like? Are you... Because like we both do design. I don't think designers will ever be replaced. Only because if a client can for the first time accurately explain what they want once,
yes, then we would be definitely...
Then we'll be replaced.
But because you see someone struggle converting a PDF to an Excel that's earning 4 times your salary, and they trying to... Can you help me open this PDF? Yeah.
If AR cannot do Excel for us, well, it probably can. But I don't use Excel. Excel for me is just from the devil, whatever. But anyway, if AR can't even... I
don't know, you had such a strong feeling about Excel.
I hate Excel, hey. Excel, my wife loves Excel. I hate Excel. Excel does not excel. Let's put it that way.
Does your wife watch the Excel esports? Shan.
So answer. Speaking of esports, filtering down to gaming, we met in the context of, as I mentioned, the gaming.
Now we're coming back to that.
Now we're full circling.
Your first question is coming back to...
My ADD brain's like, whoa. So it's like, when you look at gamers, okay, this is now so in a different direction. But when you look at gamers, with all the gamers you've worked with, whether it be like gamers from a content creator perspective, like me, or gamers in the context of like media, what is your take on... Because you're a gamer, but you're not like a hardcore gamer. You're more of a casual gamer. You love gaming. You enjoy gaming. You grew up with gaming, but you're not like this collector's edition's coming out. I need to like. You're not like that, and that's totally okay. There's people that hate it. There's people that tolerate it. There's people that enjoy it, there's people that love it, and there's like die hard, like this is my life. I have tattoos
and Dorito dust all over them.
Dorito dust, yes, that one. When you look at the full scope of gamers in the context of you working with a lot of them, what is your opinion? I'm going to emphasize the word opinion on the state of gaming, because I have my opinion, but I want to find out from you. What is your take on it?
I think gaming is in a very exciting atmosphere at the moment, but it's also the gamers themselves are the most difficult people to please.
Story of my life.
Yeah, definitely. And then also, if you look at the amount of leaks that come through...
Oh, it's horrible, man.
It is horrible because there's so much... There's a team that puts their life into this game, and then it gets leaked, and then the gamers don't like it, and then it was like, but this isn't really the light that we wanted to have it comes through to you.
Because we would both know this. Marketing is everything.
Yeah, definitely. Marketing is definitely everything. That first 6 weeks of a game, 3 weeks before, 3 weeks after a game is the most important part of a game. And if you flop there, the game kind of flops, and that's could be like 4 to 10 years of development that just goes down the drain within a very small period of time.
I think that's one thing that I'm gonna be as bold and as direct to say is like one thing that really upsets me within the gaming industry is that there is a development team, there's a publishing team, there's a distribution team that, yes, at the end of the day, all three still businesses. Still let's make money, still let's put food on the table, and there's genuine people that enjoy what they do. From the development team that put the whole thing together, from the publishing team that get it out into market, and then to the distribution team that get it to the retailers and obviously to the hands of the gamers. Everyone there doesn't wake up and go, right, how can we make something extremely horrible today? And I think the most annoying thing for me, and the reason why I say it just upsets me and irritates me the most, is that your cute little opinion online isn't really helping anybody if you're going to break and destroy someone's hard work. For example, we get a game on launch day, or if you get it in early access or whatever, that wasn't made 2 months ago. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Like, I mean, Activision and Blizzard, when they make Diablo games, bro, like the game gets announced in like 2014 and then gets released like 9 years later.
Yeah, you can play it with your kids that you don't have now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, that's someone's hard work. And now just for you to be like, well, this is stupid, don't buy it. Like, I don't think you're doing anyone a service there. If anything, you're doing a disservice. And it's, I mean, like, I want to use other words, but I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to try and help you here. It's definitely a disservice, but there's so much more people outside than just you and the people that you know. There's so much more different. There's more flavors of personalities that you can definitely, that the studios might be trying to reach. But just because you said that it's not a good game, maybe it's a good game to somebody else.
That's the thing. You remember, and he's been on the podcast already, but you know Neo.
I know Neo.
Yeah, you know Neo. We love you, Neo.
We love Neo.
We love Neo. He actually, we're going to get into something shortly, but before we get into that, we were chatting about something, and I spoke to him, and I said to him, like, oh, hey, what do you think about this thing here? And he was like, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And then I said, oh, because that exact same thing, this other guy that we know hates it. And he was like, oh, okay. And then I looked at him, I said, who's right, who's wrong? And he looked at me and he was like, oh, what do you mean? I said, you like it, this other guy doesn't like it. Who's right and who's wrong? And he looked at me and he was like, well, no one. And I said, exactly.
That's why we love Neo.
That's why we love Neo. And I was like, it's okay for someone not to like something if someone else does. And it's okay to like something if someone else doesn't. That's okay. Always will be. Always will be. Full stop, period, book closed. It's okay to have your preferences, to have your opinions, but when you're now trying to force that on people, oh my gosh, please roll yourself down a hill very swiftly. But anyway, so yeah, bro, with all that to say, speaking of life and evolving and moving things in a different direction, you have made your own strip club. No, I'm joking. I was gonna say hot
You
sauce.
already know about that?
You know about that? And like it was, but you made your own hot sauce.
I did. Well, it's a hobby. It's not.
Yes.
It's small batch.
But let me put it this way. I feel like, and you've heard me say this before,
Yes.
I say it to so many people. I've said it on the podcast so many times. You have your bread and butter, and then you have your peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
One pays the bills, one pays the soul. Ooh, that's deep.
Ooh.
Rub it all
Can
on
we just
me.
give it a moment of silence
Give it a
just to
moment of
live there?
silence. But your hot sauces, you're a foodie. You love food, and you love the taste and the combination of things and
Texture.
The texture. Ooh.
Taste over texture.
Taste the texture. Can you throw in
Over.
another T?
Taste over texture.
Taste over texture, not taste
No.
of the texture.
Oh, is it texture over taste?
This is why we need mathematicians.
This is why I'm going to get replaced by a calculator.
There we go. But you made your own hot sauce, and it's called Number 23.
Yes.
What happened to the first 22?
They were the first pancakes. They didn't work.
Oh, got you. But and I know only because you're my friend. It's because of your birthday.
One of the reasons, or
Yeah.
well, there's speculation.
There's speculation.
Yeah.
Is there a conspiracy behind this?
Some conspiracies, yes. It could also be the first time that I needed to pour salt into the fermentation. That was
Okay.
the amount of grams of salt that I used.
Number 23.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's very
There's a
specific.
lot of 23 is my favorite number. Number 23, the movie, is probably
With Jim Carrey.
with Jim Carrey.
That's a great movie.
Like I try and find 23 everywhere. It kind of, but
I've even got number
know that.
23
That just gave me
tattooed
chills.
on me, bro. So yeah, 23 is also my favorite number and my favorite scripture, Psalm 23.
Psalm 23. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's like everyone's favorite scripture. I feel like I'm not original at all.
Yeah, well, it's the one that everyone remembers.
True. But yeah, so we've got number 23 and you've made a nice collection of sauces,
Yeah.
as much as we were saying already, it's evolving, you're experimenting. Could this work? Could that work? We've got a few flavors. We've got cowboy grass, which
Yeah.
is like a habanero, not habanero.
No, that's the jalapeno one, yeah.
Yeah. So you got cowboy grass is like jalapeno, it's got a little bit of a twang, but still tolerable. Then there's shake and burn.
Shake and burn, which is all of them except mango habanero is Louisiana style sauces. So
Okay.
they get made with vinegar,
Okay.
and then it's just chili and vinegar.
But now the mango
That's-
habanero that's like,
It's on its own.
because I've had it and it's really good, but it just reminds me I can't handle spicy food. And it doesn't help the whole equation because your hottest one is called Third Degree Burn
3rd-degree burn, yeah. And
Okay.
it's only made with Carolina Reaper.
with Hellfire.
Yeah, well,
So,
it gets forged.
so I've got an unbranded
Yes.
Third Degree Burn in my hand.
No, 3rd-degree.
This
sorry.
is Third Degree Burn.
That's 3rd-degree burn.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Because it feels hot. No, I'm joking. It's a normal bottle, whatever. But so this is the top tier. Like you have this when you need to cash out an insurance policy or life policy. For that
No.
matter.
So with the branding is still coming, right? So on the branding, there's going to be like 5 chilies to show you kind of the heat level.
But like almost like a not Scoville, but
Just a scale to show
Yeah.
like the green one and the habanero one. I put them as 1 out of 5. And then shake and burn, which is like the Tabasco style, that's 2 out of 5. This one I put at 3 out of 5 because I still
this is 3 out of 5.
I still need to give myself some space. I need to raise the ceiling a bit there so that if I ever do come out with a hotter sauce, that I don't have to reprint all of the labels.
Why do I not believe you that this is a 3 out of 5? Why do I feel like this is a 6 out of 5?
I'll tell you why. When you ferment chilies, you bring out the flavor, you drop the Scoville heat units a little bit, and that's where the flavor evolves, but it isn't as potent as the fresh chili would have been. It gives it time to mellow and all the chilies get to know each other a little bit.
What was your biggest inspiration or driving force to produce this? Not this flavor, just the brand number 23.
Maggie.
Maggie.
Maggie the cleaner at Gamefinity.
Maggie the cleaner.
Yeah, so for the hot sauce thing isn't a new thing for me. I started in COVID. I made hot sauces because I had a lot of time on my hands. I started learning Photoshop. I started with the photography journey, and I did the hot sauce.
I think COVID, as hectic as it was, brought out a lot of innovation and creativity
Definitely.
and strategy in different lives
Definitely.
altogether.
So the photography thing was so that I could photograph nice product images of the chili sauce that I made.
Got you.
I had so many ingredients in the first iterations of hot sauces, and the thing is I've dumbed it down a little bit to just a chili sauce. It's just a chili pulp with a vinegar that's been fermented with salt.
Because
And
I've
that's
had
it.
the cowboy grass. I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. I've had shake and burn, which is also very good. And I've had mango habanero. Habanero, I pronounce that like such a person.
Well, just twirl your...
Mango habanero.
No, I was more thinking in a Mexican
Mexican.
way. If you can't pronounce the words right, just say it in a different language.
Habanero. So mango habanero, that's like super, super flavorsome. Like the flavor of that is so amazing. However, I'm not going to lie,
Thank
the
you.
tap behind you can ask my wife. I went and I lived at that tap probably for
with mango habanero.
yeah, bro.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to die because
No, you're not going to die. You're going to experience a new world.
I've brought us some chicken nuggies, because what is life without chicken nuggies? And we have our very own 3rd degree burn by number 23
Yeah.
with Pit right now.
Don't be scared.
I'm
It's
terrified.
It's lovely.
This is the first time I'm having this flavor.
And I also think this kind of hot sauce, like that level of super hot chili sauce.
Sure.
Because in the hot sauce world, you get like the normal people sauce, and then you get into super hots. That's when you can't just find the chilies from any kind of farmer. There's a specific kind of guy. Imagine the farmer. Just try and picture him.
Okay.
What do you think a farmer looks like that grows these kind of chilies?
He wears pluckies.
He wears pluckies and he's only got one leg. But
But one thing I can say before we get into this, because you're going to do the honors of dressing these nuggies. One thing I can say is I'm super proud of you, bro,
Thanks,
on
what?
wanting to get this into the hands of people. And, I know you're not doing this for show or whatever. It's just you enjoy it and you want to have people enjoy it as well. And there's no alternative or ulterior motive to wanting to do this other than just have a jaw and have people have a jaw with you, which is incredible. So, bro, by all means, do the things.
You haven't smelt it yet, right? So
No, I haven't.
Let's give it a good shake. Let's wake it up completely.
If you are listening to this or watching this, please send help. Now that smells rough. I smelled it and I can taste it for some reason. Maybe it's just like psychological.
Oh no!
Okay, yeah, no.
I think you need to.
Must I do the things?
I think you must do the things because
But we're gonna have it together though. I'm not gonna do it and then you watch me die.
No. I'm gonna definitely join you. So that's why I just want you to mitigate how much we.
How much?
Put it on the.
I was gonna put it next to it.
No,
and then you
dipping,
dab it.
No dipping. Oh,
Is that how much do you put on?
I don't know. Whatever you want to put
I'm
on.
salivating already, thinking about how this is gonna burn. Okay.
With food, it's not as hot.
By itself.
It's definitely.
Why
hotter.
would you have this by itself?
To test it, to see what it's like. The first time I was petrified. My name. Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's go.
Well,
what are you going to do? One bite, or are you going to half? This?
What do you recommend?
I think let's go. We have to finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do it on your own pace.
Okay. I'm gonna go half. Yosos. That kicked in immediately.
It's nice. I like it.
I mean, woo! You know, like when your head itches. Un momento, por favor, señor.
We got one more.
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. So the hottest sauce that I had, the inspiration for this was I had the bomb.
The bomb.
Yeah, which I have on hot ones.
Yeah.
So when I was working on the cruise ships, I had that. And that made me hallucinate. I had an out-of-body experience when I ate the bomb.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm proud of you for going for more. Well done, but
because I'm a friend and I'm committing to our friendship.
There we go.
I mean,
well done for using such hard sauce.
that is hectic. I mean, very flavoursome. It's stinging very badly.
I think I had it too much. I've eaten a lot of the sauce. There's definitely a sting. Like I can feel my palate.
I feel like,
but it's not as hot as the first time I made it.
I feel like if the Department of Home Affairs had this, they'd actually get work done. Number 23. Pretty good. Wow. Okay, well.
What do you think Shan's going to think of that one?
Oh, Shannon doesn't do hot sauce.
She doesn't. I thought she does. Oh, well.
Well, she had the cowboy grass and she loved it. She had Banga habanero. She loved it. But I think on that note, I just wanted to thank you for coming through. Wow.
I feel like there's a big contrast here in reaction to the sauce. But is this the hottest thing you've ever had?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Wow, bro, that is hectic, eh? Wow, who came up with this idea? Me.
You did?
No.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did say let's have the sauce.
I was like,
let's save it for the camera. Well,
we were initially going to do this in a forest. I thought, oh no, let's keep it PG. I don't know, a forest wouldn't be PG, but anyway. Wow. But that's some good sauce.
Thank you.
So if someone wanted to buy this, where can they go?
no23.co.za. Number 23.
no23.co.za.
That's it.
Online store, courier.
Online store, courier. Yeah, that's how the online world works. It will get to you, I promise you. Yeah, and then there's some shops in Neisner that's going to start stocking these for restaurants.
Wow.
And then, yeah, I'll transition onto Take a Lot as soon as I get to see my new kitchen. We're actually doing some house hunting.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah, we want to get some grass for Benji, but we also want to get a nice kitchen for me to work out of. So I just want to know what kind of quantities I can still make before I go too big. I want to keep it small batch because small batch it keeps its own flavor.
Yeah.
Once you grow too big, I'm going to lose the uniqueness of it.
No, true. It's weird. The burn doesn't last as long, but my tongue is very numb. Yeah. Those were 2 chicken nuggets.
It was 2 chicken nuggets with a couple of drops on it. I wanted to proper coat them. I want to put them in.
Hey.
Yeah.
No. You must be mad, bro.
But at least you didn't get it in your eyes or you're going to be safe.
But bro, thank you. My glass is empty, but I appreciate your friendship.
I appreciate you, but
I need milk. I need something. But thank you so much for joining me. Ow.
I want to see you try it just like that.
Well, we got to do some beers and burgers soon.
There we go.
But bro, thank you for joining me. Till the next one.
That's a wrap.